Hi, welcome to my new series of podcasts entitled Impact Effectively, Season 1, Episode 1. My name is Florence Madden. I'm a management skills trainer, an NLP trainer and coach based in Cumbria in the north of England. I'm also the author of the Intention Impact Conundrum, in which this series of podcasts is based on, and the co-author of Everyday NLP. There are 10 podcasts in this series based, as I've said, on the book, looking at this conundrum, in effect, of how we make our good intentions match the impact that we make on others, and I suppose ultimately on ourselves. So this first podcast I've entitled, How Do We Know Our Impact? And as I was preparing for this podcast, what came to mind was the two lines from Robbie Burns, a great favourite of my brother's actually. Oh, would some power the Gifty Gays to see ourselves as others see us. And it's tricky, because how do we know how other people really see us? When we look in a mirror, we don't even see a true reflection then. We're seeing it in reverse, obviously. When we see ourselves in photographs, sometimes we see photographs that perhaps don't flatter us very much, and we think, oh, I'm going to discard that. I'm not going to post that. I'm not putting that into an album. And yet, even those discarded pictures have information about us, whether we choose to regard it or not. In, both of my books actually, I have referred to this whole idea of how we're seen by others, using the metaphor of someone looking out through the window of a house. So if you can imagine yourself standing, looking out through a window, perhaps at other people outside, we can see them and they can see us. But we are seeing them in a particular context, and they are seeing us, but only as much as they can see through that window, depending on its size and shape. They don't know really anything else about the room that we are looking from, the environment, in fact, that we are in. So their opinion of us, to use that word, is based on what they can see, and maybe even what they suspect. They can't see, but they think maybe is there anyway. And when we think of ourselves, we can see what is round us in the room, but perhaps have we really explored the other areas of the house? So what others are seeing, and maybe what we're seeing of ourselves, is only ever a partial view. So understanding our impact is doing something to fill out that picture a little bit more. Some of you watching or listening may be familiar with a concept called the Johari Window. And the creators of this were looking to find a way to express what is a way to be more effective for ourselves and around other people. And they talk about the ideal being where we are open to feedback and even seeking feedback. And similarly, prepared appropriately, of course, to share our views with other people. I refer to that as being an open book, being open to feedback, being willing to share our views and hear feedback on them. And when we know how we are seen by others, or how our views are received by others, and we have perhaps their counterpoints, then we have some choices as to what we do about that. But without that feedback, without hearing their views, then we are limiting the picture And of course, the views of other people are simply theirs, and they're not the whole picture either. So if you think about getting feedback from your parents, from a best friend, or from a colleague, they're likely to see us in different ways. They're all parts of the picture, not the whole picture. But the more parts of the picture that we've got, then we're starting to understand ourselves and our impact a lot more. Now, getting feedback from other people and airing our views with other people can sometimes feel like a risk. So that's something we have to balance. Are we prepared to take that risk to flesh out the picture a bit more? Because here's the thing. If we're not open to feedback, if we don't share our views and discuss them with others, we don't just dodge any possible criticism. We're also dodging other people's good opinions and affirmation. Opinions and affirmations that could be really encouraging for us and give us confidence. So by not opening up in that way and finding out more, we could be missing out on some really good stuff as well. So in this series of podcasts, I'm going to be looking at what we can do about that. Not just how we can get more information about ourselves, but when we have that information, what can we do about it? So I hope you'll join me for the rest of this series to find out more. I want to finish today on a quote by the author A.J. Darcombe, who said, "Always hear others out and remain open-minded. The day you think you know everything is the day you have yet most to learn." And that learning might be critical, but it could be very complementary as well. So thank you for watching or listening. I do have another series of podcasts called Everyday NLP Bites, which is available on YouTube and all the usual audio channels. If you want to find out more about what I do and the Personal Effectiveness at Work course, amongst others, on which these series of podcasts are based, you can find out more on my website, which is www.florencemadden.co.uk. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you'll continue to do so. Bye for now.